everyone, welcome to this explainer. Okay, think about what you do on a day-to-day basis for a second. We all have those tedious digital chores, right? The endless copying, pasting, moving data from one window to another. It literally just eats away at our time. But what if I told you there was a way to reclaim all of that lost time? We're talking about completely dismissifying the world of automation and doing it without needing to write a single line of code. That is our ultimate goal today as we unpack the absolute essentials of mastering Power Automate, straight from the complete no-code automation guide.
Okay, let's dive into this and outline our roadmap. We're going to start with the automation opportunity itself. Officially meet Power Automate, break down the actual anatomy of a workflow, explore 3 Cloudflow types, and finally, look at how it all fits into the Microsoft ecosystem.
Section 1. The Automation Opportunity. Reclaiming your workday from repetitive tasks.
Let's kick things off with a bit of a reality check. Chances are, a staggering 60 to 80% of a typical workday is spent on repetitive tasks that could absolutely be automated. Seriously, think about it. If you're an HR person answering the exact same routine employee questions, or a salesperson onboarding a new customer, logging them into 3 different systems and sending out those standard introductory emails, all of that manual repetitive work falls right into this massive percentage.
Now, historically, if you spotted a workflow you wanted to automate, you kind of just hit a brick wall. The old way meant you had to actually write code, learn how to programmatically interact with different apps, and then manage the infrastructure to deploy and maintain those scripts. It was a headache. But 90% of us are just straight knowledge workers. We don't code. And that brings us to the new way. Today's no-code platforms and visual workflows are a total game changer. They empower everyday users to build their own custom solutions, no computer science degree required.
Section 2. Meet Power Automate, the no-code end-to-end platform.
To really wrap our heads around this tool, consider this brilliant comparison. Power Automate gives you a platform to automate workflows, similar to how PowerPoint gives you the ability to create presentations. It really is that accessible. Just like Excel gives you a blank canvas for spreadsheets, Power Automate gives you a highly visual, super intuitive drag-and-drop canvas to create and manage your automations.
But hey, don't let that simplicity fool you. This is definitely not just a toy. We are looking at a robust, production-ready business tool. It's a completely no-code environment that comes packed with thousands of connectors to link your favorite apps together. It boasts some incredibly powerful orchestration features. Plus, Microsoft handles the whole shebang when it comes to infrastructure, meaning you don't ever have to worry about where your code lives or how it's maintained. And crucially, it features enterprise-grade security. It's SOC compliant and fully ready to handle sensitive organizational data.
Section 3. Anatomy of a workflow. Breaking down the technical jargon.
Let's actually slow down the pace a bit right here and look at the core mechanics. Because before you can build anything, we need to get the fundamental definition down. A workflow in Power Automate is simply the visual representation of any task or repetitive action you do. Seriously, if you just check an inbox every morning and forward specific emails to your boss, that is a workflow.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core architecture behind every single automation you're going to build. It all comes down to a simple 1-2 punch. Step 1 is the trigger. This is the event that wakes up the system and activates the flow. Step 2 is the action, the series of steps that execute immediately after that trigger fires.
So the big question is, how do these actions actually happen across different platforms? Well, that brings us to connectors. Connectors are how Power Automate essentially shakes hands with other applications. They're the secret sauce here. Microsoft has thousands of these predefined connectors to apps you probably use every day, like Jira, Trello, Gmail, and Slack. It's exactly what allows a trigger in your email inbox to immediately result in an action way over in a third-party project management tool.
But workflows aren't always just a simple straight line, right? Real work is messier than that. Thankfully, Power Automate has some incredibly powerful orchestration capabilities. You can build parallel branches, where multiple actions happen all at once. You can use dynamic conditions, so if a submitted form is from a manager, it automatically approves it. But if it's from an employee, it routes it straight to HR. You can even build loops, where an action just repeats continuously, like pinging someone a daily reminder on Teams, until a specific condition, like getting that manager's approval, is finally met.
Section 4. 3 Cloud Flow Types. Choosing your automation strategy.
Now, let's shift our focus over to the practical application side of things. How are you actually going to interact with this? Well, there are 3 primary cloud flow types you'll use, and they're categorized by how they're triggered. First up, we have automated flows. These are triggered by a designed event. Basically, the system is always quietly listening in the background.
Second, we have instant flows. These are completely manual and are triggered directly by the click of a button for when you just need an action to happen right now. And third, scheduled flows. These are triggered by the passage of time. Think of it like a clock striking 8 a.m. every single Monday morning.
Let's paint a clearer picture for automated cloud flows specifically, just because they are so incredibly common. What exactly do those listening triggers look like in the real world? Well, it could be receiving an email that has a specific tag. It could be a brand new employee hitting submit on an HR form. It might be getting a specific Microsoft Teams message, or even a new customer being officially onboarded into your CRM. The second any of those events happen, the flow automatically springs into action. No human intervention needed.
Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. What if my company uses some super niche custom internal software? This is where the concept of extensibility comes in. If a native connector doesn't exist for your app, you are not going to hit a wall. You can simply bridge Power Automate to your proprietary application by building a custom connector or just utilizing a direct API call. You get to keep the incredible simplicity of Power Automate for 99% of the workflow while elegantly handling that 1% custom requirement.
Section 5. The Microsoft Ecosystem, Seamless Integration, and AI Power.
If your organization is already living inside Microsoft 365, this platform becomes almost supercharged. The scale of these native integrations is just massive. You've got direct, seamless connections to Outlook, Excel, Teams, and SharePoint without needing to adopt a whole new platform. You get deep integration with Dataverse tables, advanced tools like Process and Task Mining to hunt down business inefficiencies, and of course, deep Copilot integration built right into the cloud flows.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how generative AI has fundamentally shifted the boundaries of no-code automation. Through the AI Hub feature, tasks we literally thought were impossible just 5 years ago, creative writing or complex synthesis tasks, can now be handled seamlessly. Because of the rapid advancements in generative AI, things like reading and synthesizing messy receipts, extracting text from incredibly complex invoices, or even generating user stories can all be completely automated right within Power Automate.
And really, that brings us to the ultimate value proposition of everything we've explored today. If you could leverage this accessible, no-code platform to automate all those digital chores and get back just 10 or 20% of your day, what would you create with that time? The tools to reclaim your workday are sitting right in front of you, just waiting for you to build your very first trigger. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I truly hope you feel empowered to start automating your workflows today.